What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the White Sea Deer channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this day, Saturday, May 1st, 2021. Happy May to you all. Happy weekend to y'all. I hope you're having a great morning. And I know you're going to have an even better day because we're about to talk about Cyberpunk 2077. My goodness, we thought they were out of the news. We thought it was over with. The nightmare was done, but it's just continuing. I'm excited to jump into this article. Make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out a lot, grow the channel, and I really appreciate you guys stopping by. Without further ado, let's jump right into this. Alright, so as always, first of all, let's shout out our journalist, Gabe Gerwin. Gabe Gerwin is a staff over on GameSpot. This article is by GameSpot, so shout out to Gabe Gerwin. Alright, so jumping right into it. Cyberpunk 2077 dev execs got huge bonuses despite game's troubled launch. Two CEOs took home more than $6 million each in profit-sharing bonuses. Despite the game launching in an unfinished state to the point that refunds were offered and a post-launch development roadmap being adjusted to account for the months it had to spend fixing the game, Cyberpunk 2077 creator CD Projekt is awarding millions in bonuses to its executives. When questioned about this, the executives said they were tied directly to net revenue. Okay, so reading this is just flaring up all the anger that I had about Cyberpunk 2077 when it first came out. Just the fact that they had to adjust their roadmap to account for fixing the game that they should have just left in development for a few more months. But anyways, so that first paragraph talks about how they awarded the bonuses to the executives. And they say it was tied to net revenue of the company. So to be fair, the company doesn't just make money on Cyberpunk 2077. It makes money off of Witcher sales. It makes money off of all other games that CD Projekt Red does. But we all know that the major financial boon for them has been Cyberpunk 2077. Even though there was a lot of issues with the game, it made a ton of money. And I think it jumped CD Projekt Red's net revenue by like 500% comparatively to the last year. Something ridiculous like that. So the vast majority of these bonuses going to the executives are money made off of Cyberpunk 2077. So you see that they're trying to, I guess, distance themselves from these bonuses, saying, oh no, this is just a normal thing. It's our net revenue, blah, blah, blah. We know where that money came from, buddy. Spotted by Bloomberg, CEO Marcin Iwinski and co-CEO Adam sorry if I butcher these names, Kicinski, will each receive more than $6 million in bonuses, with the game's director Adam Badowski also receiving more than $4 million. Nearly $30 million in bonuses have been allotted for the company overall. However, because huge chunks of this were awards to executives, the average employee will get somewhere in the neighborhood of $5,000 to $9,000, Bloomberg was told. So now, imagine this. You're an employee at CD Projekt Red. You've been working on a game for 7 years, putting your blood, sweat, and tears into the development of this game. And doing crunch hours, working long hours, dedicating your life, working weekends to get this game on shelves, to get gamers a great experience. And then a bunch of bosses up on the high brass push the game out while you're screaming, no, it's not ready yet. And then they give you $5,000 after it's one of the best-selling games of all time, and it fucked over almost everybody that bought it. Imagine that feeling. Imagine that feeling as that lower-level coder or that graphics designer or whatever have you. Seeing these guys get $6 million after you're the one that put in the 7 years of work, and then they fucked it up and pushed it out before it was ready, so now everyone hates the game that you worked 7 years on, that you dedicated your life to. That's a tough look by CD Projekt Red. Continuing on, the mean total for the bonuses among employees is $34,000, but this includes the outliers in executive roles, which makes it appear that the low-level workers receive much more than they did. The bonuses were tied to company profits, which were much higher in 2020 than they had been previously. And of course, that's because of Cyberpunk 2077. So they, in their documents, tried to point out that the mean was $34,000. The mean doesn't mean anything. You could have one person getting a $500,000 bonus and the rest of the company getting a $1,000 bonus, and the mean's still going to be somewhere crazy high, maybe in the 100,000s or something silly like that. it don't matter what the mean is. All right, 5 to 9,000, that's the real number here, and that's not enough for 7 years of development and basically ruining your reputation. Quote, our compensation was always directly tied to net earnings. That's the way the money the company earned. Adam Kaczynski said when questioned about the bonuses during an investor's call, higher net profits mean higher bonuses. That's been the case historically. I understand this. That's a lot of companies do this. A lot of companies give these giant bonuses to executives, you know, if the company does good. Fine, that's your right. You guys are the executives of the company, you know? But the fact of the matter is that they are the reason. They are the reason why the entire company's stock took a plummet. They are the reason why the good name of CD Projekt Red was sullied almost for the rest of time. They are the reason why all of these developers went through the hell that they did, and they didn't even get a reward out of it. They didn't even get a good product out of it. Okay, not many people are playing Cyberpunk anymore. I personally enjoyed the game, but I was lucky enough to have a next-gen console to play it on. Okay, I couldn't imagine what it's like for those of you that can't get the next-gen console and you load it up and textures don't even load it. It's tough. It's a tough look. So they're trying to defend themselves. They're trying to defend getting this ridiculous amount of money, and that's what they were planning to do all along. We know that they didn't give a damn about how good the game was, or textures, or you know, loading times. They don't care about that. They didn't care about the developers. They cared about getting this hyped game out and then collecting all the money afterwards. That's what they did, and they did it, and they won. Moving on, Bloomberg was told that steps were being taken to keep staff from wanting to leave, including higher wages for low-level employees. During the call, Kaczynski said one of its major HR tasks for 2021 is to mitigate employee losses, and that they have many ongoing initiatives to accomplish this. So effectively, they're trying to bribe their employees to stay with them. If I was an employee at CD Projekt Red, if I was a coder, graphic designer, whatever have you, I'd be gone. That's bull. That's bull. Okay, they did them so dirty, and for people working at CD Projekt Red, there's a lot more game development companies out there around the world. Go get you a different job. That's ridiculous. This is absolutely silly. Despite the negative publicity and roughly 30,000 refunds processed for the game, Cyberpunk 2077 was actually a huge financial success, selling more than 13.7 million copies in 3 weeks. Players started encountering bugs and crashes. However, the console version running on original Xbox One and PS4 hardware were often unplayable at launch. This led to both Sony and Microsoft offering refunds, and Sony also removing the game from the PlayStation Digital Store. As of now, it's still not available for purchase via the PlayStation Store, though the physical version is still being sold at retailers. Cyberpunk 2077 has a long development roadmap ahead of it, including a free piece of DLC coming this year. Full next-gen versions of the game, rather than small enhancements available now, are scheduled to arrive before the end of the year. There will be free upgrades for those who already own the game. Okay, so I guess while we're here, we can look at this roadmap real quick. It's also by Gabe Gerwin. He also wrote this little piece of an article. I haven't read this yet, so let me look over it real quick. So yeah, it's pretty much just talking about how people who bought the game on previous gen consoles will get a free upgrade to the next gen once they get their hands on the next gen consoles, and that there will be a free DLC down the road sometime this year, just like this article said. So yeah, they're trying to win back fans. They're trying to keep fans in line, keep them loyal. I do have Cyberpunk 2077. I did beat it twice. It was a fun game. I enjoyed it. There were a lot of glaring issues, though. It is a game that was an incredible missed opportunity. It could have been so much better than what it was. But at the end of the day, the people I feel the worst for are those developers at CD Projekt Red that put their life into this game. It takes passion to make these games, people. It takes a lot of passion to make these games. It's a hard job to get. It's a hard job to stay in. Okay, we heard about the crunch hours. We heard about the weekends working leading up to the release of Cyberpunk 2077. And that made us nervous, and those fears came true, unfortunately. And those people had to go through that hell, and they're still probably going through hell trying to develop the hell out of this game and trying to fix it fast enough so that people don't just leave the community. It's got to be tough, and now the whole company's name is been dragged through the mud, and I don't know if we're going to trust them again very well when they come out with their next Witcher or their next Cyberpunk or what have you. It's hard to say whether or not we can trust them anymore. And that's really sad, because CD Projekt Red was definitely one of those companies that back in the day could do no wrong. Everyone loved The Witcher 3. CD Projekt Red could do no wrong back in the day. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Obviously, this issue fires me up a little bit, as you can tell. I'm sure it fires a lot of gamers up. Seeing executives take advantage of their employees and then just ruin the experience for not only us, but also destroy the hard work that was done by these developers. It's just incredibly frustrating. Alright, so that was Cyberpunk 2077 dev execs got huge bonuses despite game's troubled launch by Gabe Gerwin over on GameSpot. I will link the article down in the description below. Make sure you guys go give it a check out. I really appreciate you guys coming by. Really appreciate you guys sticking around. It has been a pleasure. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now's the best time to do so. We're trying to upload videos like this every morning and then gameplay videos every night. That doesn't always happen because I work and I get home late, and some days I have meetings for the podcast that I do on the weekend. Oh, by the way, we're recording the podcast tomorrow and we'll probably get it out sometime Sunday or Monday time frame, so watch out for that. But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming by. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Love y'all. Take it easy now.